downtown where you can get a date for 50, 60, 70, even 80% off the original social marketplace price. Now available in paperback. From the author of the critically acclaimed book, The Man Crisis, comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women have become lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Get your copy of The Woman Crisis in paperback at Amazon.com and online booksellers today. A 36-year-old comedian talks about her struggles being a 36-year-old virgin. Now, in a Unilag article, Sonali, Chandra, talks about her struggles being a virgin at 36 years old, and according to Sonali Chandra, she's only been kissed 5 times by men and only been in a handful of relationships. Now, according to Sonali Chandra, she says that every time she gets involved with a man, they usually wind up ghosting her because she won't offer them any sex, and because she says she won't have sex until she is married, many of these men that she gets involved with usually wind up ghosting her and wanting to have nothing to do with her. Now, as I read this article about Sonali Chandra, I surmised that the only reason why Sonali Chandra is a virgin basically is because she's on a quest for the better deal. Now, in my book, The Woman Crisis, I talk about how many feminist indoctrinated women go on this quest for a better deal. And this whole quest for a better deal is one where a woman is looking for the ideal partner that will be able to go out here and be the perfect man. Now, this perfect man is not someone based on criteria as related to family values. No, this man is based on the feminist social construct of the perfect man, someone created by Madison Avenue in Hollywood, someone who's supposed to be tall, rich, handsome, and high value. And if a man does not meet any of the criteria or misses one small piece of that criteria, what happens with many feminist indoctrinated women is what they do is they don't want anything to do with that man. Now, when I read about Sonali Chandra, I saw that she definitely was one of these women looking for that better deal, and she was hoping to get a better deal from a pool of simps. Because when I look at the men that Sonali Chandra was possibly looking at, she was possibly looking at men who were out of her league. And when I mean out of her league, I mean somebody she doesn't have anything in common with. And a lot of times what women will do when they have low self-esteem is go out here and look for guys who are beneath them in order to try to get attention from those guys, believing that these guys will go out here and look to go out here and be the ones following behind them. And that's what I believe Sonali Chandra was looking for when she was looking at these men. She went into the simp pool looking for some simps, and as she was looking for these simps, what she wanted to do was find a guy who would go out here and look to chase her. But because she had average at best looks, what happened was, as she was looking for dudes to go out here and chase her, what happened was many of those guys, they saw that there were plenty of other options for a woman to drop the skid mark jockey thong and get a taste of the atomic waste. So when she went out here talking about how she was a virgin and was waiting for marriage, many of those guys didn't want to even consider talking to her. No, if they were out here and they were guys looking for sex, they weren't looking to go play a game of looking to chase a woman. No, they went out here and looked to get with somebody else. Because what I believe Sonali Chandra wanted to do was play the classic game of turning a simp into a trick. And what she wanted to do was leverage her virginity in order to get a guy chasing behind her. And as he was chasing behind her, looking to buy her gifts and give her attention, she would go out here and look to dangle her virginity as some sort of carrot or some sort of prize for him to work for. And what happened in today's modern dating world is that none of these guys that she was looking to get involved with wanted to go out here and wind up turning into the trick who would go out here looking to try to pay for the possibility of sex. And with the social marketplace being so competitive, this is what led to Sonali Chandra basically being one that guys just turned and ghosted because they had a lot of other options if they wanted to go out here and have sex. And what's happened to Sonali Chandra as she's gone out here and played this game of hard to get, where she's dangling virginity in front of guys, is many of the guys basically saw the game, and as they saw the game, they wound up bouncing early on. And as Sonali Chandra went from being 27 to now 36, she's now looking at the possibility of becoming a resident of Bust Downtown. And yes, virgins can become residents of Bust Downtown, and they can become residents of Bust Downtown because they go out here, again, thinking that they have this so-called high value as related to being virgins, but their values and their character are the thing that make them unattractive. And with Sonali Chandra, it looks like the thing that makes her unattractive to men for marriage is the fact that she has this haughty idea of herself due to her low self-esteem, and because she's created this image of herself in her head that she thinks men are supposed to chase her and show how worthy they are as related to her virginity. What these guys do is to say, hey, there are more women than men in the world, and most guys realize that their time is too precious to waste chasing some woman as related to trying to get her to go out here and show that he has to go out here and chase and show her that he is worthy. So most guys basically charged this woman to the game and kept it moving. And that's the main reason why this woman is still on the market at 36 years old. And at 36 years old, her social marketplace value has dropped lower than a $5 food stamp without the book. Meanwhile, she's thinking because she's a virgin, she's still someone that men should want to marry. But the whole thing is that men just don't judge a woman by her virginity. No, they also judge her by her values and her character. And the whole thing of trying to go out here and trying to just get guys to pay attention to you just because you're a virgin, that's just not enough. No, for many men want to find somebody who they're compatible with. And this woman says that she went through a lot of emotional hell with different guys. But the main reason why she went through that emotional hell is because, like many of the simps she was looking to go out here and get involved with, she was out here looking to get involved with men who she was out of her league because these guys had nothing in common with her. And I go in depth on that in my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. Again, if you keep going after people who you have nothing in common with, you will not find a person who is a suitable husband or a suitable wife. And that's what happens to a lot of people out here. They go into social circles with people they're not compatible with, and they try to go out here, and in some cases when it comes to women, because they think that they're somewhat attractive, think that they can go out here and try to get guys to go out here and go out with them based on their looks. But once those guys get to know that woman, that's when they charge her to the game, and they just keep it moving, because no guy is going to play the hard to get game where they get to be the trick who keeps chasing after her to prove how worthy she is, when in actuality she doesn't see any worth in that man to go out here and get with this man for the right reasons and look to get with a man who is compatible with her. Now, this whole entire article talking about her struggles of being a 36-year-old virgin, this is just another desperate attempt for Sonali Chandra to go out here and try to get attention from all of the simps out there. Sonali Chandra, at 36 years old, knows she's on the road to Bust Downtown, and now that she knows she's on the road to Bust Downtown in apartment 5D, what she knows is that the pool of simps has basically dried up at 36 years old. And at 36 years old, the pool of simps has basically dried up to the point where she's basically run out of options. And what she wants to do is now go out here again and hope to get the attention of many of the desperate simps out here, and hopes that many of those desperate simps will go out here and try to give her a last rush of attention. And hopefully she hopes to find some simp who will go out here and say that he can go out here and be that worthy guy. But unfortunately, no man will ever meet the ideals of the imaginary man that she's imagined in her head from the social constructs that have been created by Madison Avenue and Hollywood. And because no man will ever meet those standards, this woman will never find any sort of emotional satisfaction with any man, or ever see any man as worthy as one that she will want to give up her virginity to. So with this woman, again, she's basically been brainwashed by the feminist movement and is one of these feminist indoctrinated women, and one of these feminist indoctrinated women who is caught up on a quest for the better deal. And sadly, what happens to many feminist indoctrinated women who wind up on a quest for the better deal because they have impossibly high standards is many of these women wind up with no deal as related to a husband, because no man on earth can ever meet that criteria created by Madison Avenue in Hollywood for the perfect man. And because these women want to get the highest level of social currency and want to brag about their husband and really don't love a man, they love the idea of having him as an attachment to use as social currency to brag to their girlfriends and be the one in most popular one in social circles. These women wind up becoming alone for the rest of their lives, and they wind up becoming alone for the rest of their lives because no man is ever good enough for them. And because no man is ever good enough for them, they wind up with no man at all. So when I looked at this article, I just saw it as another textbook example of what I talked about in my book, Manginas, about bait language. And that's something dudes have to really think about when they see articles like this. Articles like this are designed to try to bait you into paying attention to a woman that guys did not pay attention to. And the reason why guys didn't pay attention to this woman is because, one, she was average at best. Two, she's got this low self-esteem thing that makes her go out here and overcompensate by looking to try to make herself out to be more than what she is, using her virginity as a gimmick to sell herself because she doesn't have the self-confidence to just sell herself. And three, what she's looking to do is go out here and looking to go into the bottom part of the pool of men, looking for a simp. And again, looking for simps, not looking for quality men. Because women who want to go out here and they want to get married, they find a guy that they're attracted to and they introduce themselves to that man or send out choosing signals to get with that man and get married. Or if a woman just wants to have sex and get rid of her virginity, they will just go out here and get with a dude that they think is kind of cute. Again, when it comes to sex and marriage, women know who they want to choose to get with. But when you're dealing with a woman who says that she's a 36-year-old virgin, usually in a lot of cases, it's because she basically has some self-esteem issues, some self-worth issues, some inability to connect with men. And again, when I look at Sonali, Chandra, it looks like there might possibly be a power issue, because another thing with feminist indoctrinated women is a lot of these women do not want to submit to a man. And because they don't want to submit to a man, and then when it comes to sex, a woman has to submit her body so that the man can put his carbon rod in the atomic waste reactor for nuclear fusion. Again, these women, they have an issue with power. So these are all the reasons why this woman is still at 36 years old being a virgin. Again, because if a woman, again, wanted to have sex, she wouldn't just be talking about it in an article. to try to get attention, no, she would have just found a dude to go get with, and if she wanted to get married, she would possibly find a guy. But the whole thing is with this woman, what she wants to do, as related to this article, is get herself attention, looking for some simps to come out here and say, hey, I'm a good man, give me a chance, I'm a good dude, give me an opportunity, I'm a good dude, give me a shot. This is what women do with articles like this, and again, they're used to design to bait simps, but most smart men look at this woman, look at her background, and can read everything about this kind of woman. And again, we all know that this woman is like this at 36, and she basically wasted her prime years, and again, wasted her prime years because she was looking for a better deal. And now that she can't get a better deal at all, what she's doing is trying to play the victim, hoping some simps will come in and hope to pay her some attention before she gets the bus downtown, and hopes that before she gets the bus downtown, she can go pick up a simp. And again, when I look at this woman, she's talking about her struggles, but there really aren't any struggles. No, like many of the other 70% of black women out here, this Indian woman basically is one of these women who just wants to try to make herself look like to be the victim, when in actuality, she's not the victim at all. No, she's out here because she's just possibly impossible to deal with. And again, has impossible standards and unrealistic expectations. And because she has impossible standards, unrealistic expectations, and possibly is a headache to deal with, because again, women who play the hard to get game and try to get simps to become tricks, they will try to string you along and just go out here and do the cock teasing and run these kind of games. And again, guys see this coming right at them in the beginning, and possibly you can read a person on the first meeting with them, and that's why these guys are ghosting, because usually when a guy is running into a quality woman, usually those guys and those girls basically wrap up that deal. But the reason why this woman is getting a raw deal is staring her in the mirror, and the reason why she's a virgin at 36 years old has nothing to do with anything as related to the whole concept of chastity as related to marriage. No, it's a woman with low moral position and low self-esteem, and again, looking to try to use virginity as a bargaining tool, but nobody wanted to make a deal, and that's why this woman is getting a raw deal that's sending her straight to bus downtown and making it where she's going to wind up in bus downtown and possibly single for the rest of her life. Now, if you want to learn how to break out of the paradigm of failure, you can pick up my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And you can also find that book at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And if you want to learn why women wind up losing in their quest for the better deal, you can pick up my book, The Woman Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Woman Crisis at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, Google Play, and Barnes & Noble. And if you want to learn how to break out of the simp paradigm and identify female predators like this, you can pick up my book, Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And if you'd like to see me make more men's issues videos like this, you can send a donation to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available for the first time in paperback, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. Learn all the reasons why so many black women can't find a husband, and why 70% of black women are single. Get your copy of Why 70% of Black Women Are Single on Amazon.com today.
Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.